This is Win News.
Tonight, travellers to take to the air in Rockhampton by early next week. The Fitzroy River returns to normal as the clean-up intensifies. And a multi-million-dollar inquiry to examine every aspect of the floods. Good evening, I'm Paul Taylor. The Rockhampton Airport will reopen next week after the facility was shut down due to floodwaters swamping the runway. The first aircraft will take flight on Monday, but services will be restricted to daylight hours. OK, up next, advice on penny saving amidst the back-to-school rush, and CQ University gears up for its biggest year yet. You are watching Win Local News. Across Queensland. University offers for 2011 are finally on their way after delays due to the floods. Locally, CQ University is shaping up to have its highest intake on record. And with back-to-school preparations in full swing, parents are being urged to hold on to their receipts. They can claim up to 50% of their costs through a federal government initiative, but some feel it won't make a difference. Oh, a pleasure for some, school going back, you know. A pleasure for some.
You didn't even finish.
All right, Sport Day, the clean-up begins at Callaghan Park.
That's right. It'll be some time before racing resumes. We'll have the details next. And fear not, the Comets won't be lying down this season. Welcome back. Callaghan Park has undergone its first assessment today as Racing Queensland officials arrived in the region. The majority of the track still remains buried under the mud. The resumption of racing this summer appears highly doubtful. The junior state titles are fast approaching for four of Rockhampton's most promising cyclists. Bailey Goltz, Danielle Ruff, Scott Thomason and Lachlan Mathers completed their preparations yesterday with the training session at the local velodrome. We wish them the best of luck. Former NRL star David Peachey arrives in the region tomorrow ahead of this weekend's Indigenous Reconciliation Rugby League Carnival. By their own lofty standards, the Comets' 2010 season was a disappointing one, due in part to a lengthy injury list. The club's brains trust has found a way to minimise players' time spent in rehab. The answer, yoga. Salute to the sun. They say every bit counts, but the players seem to enjoy it. Cooper Nobbs, I know, has his own mat, has been seeing his own personal instructor for years, so right. They're taking it pretty seriously, and I think you should too. Stop laughing.
Good on you. Righto, Peter Byrne, a yoga guru. He's in next with the weather details.
Hello once again and good evening, weather watchers. Well, with so much calamity on the news, I think it's time to show some serenity. What do you reckon? If you live in the Capricorn Coast, remember this beautiful scene on December the 20th, the double rainbow over the Keppel Islands to the east of Yeppoon. Hopefully that may just do the trick as far as serenity goes. Now, the weather over most of Queensland was about to turn nasty, but look at the colours of dusk, magnificent. If you look carefully to the right of the main bow, you can see a secondary system there as well. And my thanks this evening to Bob Simmons. Good on you, Bob. I think you live in Mickleville Hill. Checking rainfall for the 24 hours to 9 o'clock this morning. The best there was Bedford Weir, 20 millimetres. These were very light falls compared to most of Australia, or most of Queensland. Comet Weir, 13. Comet itself, 10. Emerald Radar came in with 9. Duck Pond, so I think that's between Blackwater and Emerald, with 5 millimetres. But hopefully we should be able to improve on those totals over the next 24 to 48 hours. Temperatures through the region, by gee, wasn't it an oppressive day today? Look at the Capricorn Coast, oppressive humidity, no wind, 34 the maximum, much the same for Rocky. Town of 1770, 33, Gladstone 32, Springsure no maximum, Emerald only 29. Why? That was the best rain in the local area for the 6 hours to 3 p.m. Emerald Radar 43 millimetres and Emerald itself 25. Let's move on to current conditions for Rockhampton. The temperature 29. Short time ago there was no storms imminent. They're all to the south and all to the north of the city. Let's have a little, a look at the first national satellite picture. You can see anywhere in the tropics there's deep monsoonal flow, so scattered shower and storm activity operating in most areas, 5 knots by evening. Sun up for Rockhampton, 5:28. And there's a quick glimpse of the summary, OK? Enjoy your evening. Now it's back to Paul and Dave.
Is that it?
It is. Thanks, Pete.
Join us tomorrow night at the special time of 7. Good night.
Good night.
This has been a Win News presentation from Win Television, Australia's largest commercial television network.